Good morning, students of Standard 10th. Today I wish to present the play given in your book, the first slide. The name is The Proposal Written by Anton Chekhov. Now, Anton Chekhov was a very famous short story writer and a playwright. He was Russian. By profession, he was a medical practitioner, and his hobby was to writing, and he went on to be a great writer. You have read many of his stories in different classes. This is one of the plays that you should read. It displays the hypocrisy in the high class society. Although they, for money matter, they are ready to make their bond, but when it comes to small things, petty things, they start quarreling. So let's begin. It has three main characters. One is Stepan Chepkov. The next one is three main characters. First one is Stepan Chepkov. The original name of the book was play was A Marriage Proposal. You should also know that. He was landowner. Next is his daughter Natalia, who is 25 years old, and Ivan Lomov, or Ivan Lomov, however you like to pronounce it. One day, dressed up nicely, Ivan reached the house of Chepkov. He was surprised to see him all dressed up like that. So he thought he might be going for some party. But he said he had only come to meet Chepkov because he needed a favor. He said, although Chepkov was wary about it, he thought Lomov was there seeking money, borrowing money. And within his heart, he told himself he was not going to give him any. But he kept on his small sweet talk with Lomov, called him my darling, my beauty, and everything, all the fancy words, just to show that he cared about Lomov and his existence. Now, Lomov told him that he was very nervous, he was very anxious, and he was there seeking the hand of his daughter Natalia for marriage. So he gave his marriage proposal, and Chepkov was greatly excited. He knew Lomov was rich, so he was more than happy to let Chepkov marry his daughter. But Lomov was not sure whether the daughter would agree to the proposal, to which Chepkov told him he doesn't need to worry, because the daughter would happily accept his proposal and she wouldn't mind marrying Lomov. But Lomov, when Chepkov went to fetch his daughter, Lomov started thinking about himself. The first sight was that he was a very nervous person. He got very nervous. Second, he thought he was already 35 years old and it was the right time for him to get married. And for Natalia, she was good housekeeper, she was not bad looking, and she thought it would be perfect make a perfect wife. But he also thought that he suffered from palpitations, he was a nervous person, right? Sometimes his eyebrows started twitching. There was at times in his bed when his head started beating or muscles started pulling, and he jumped up from the bed like a mad person. Then again he would lie down on the same thing again. So Natalia came in and she said that her father had said that merchant has come to take his merchandise, but you are, and they said, she begged the pardon for wearing a night dress, and she was splitting beans. Then she said, would you like to have some lunch, or would you like to smoke, other things like that. They were making small talks. The girl didn't have any idea that Lomov was there to propose marriage. Now, they talked about daily things, how the hays were stacked and how peas were being shelled and so on and so forth. But Lomov wanted to propose, so he started speaking politely. He said, Honorable Natalia, if I say something I may surprise you, or even it makes you angry. And he was feeling all nervous. So Natalia wanted to know what was the matter, so he started that. by saying that they had the privilege, Lomov had the privilege of knowing the family for a long time. Uh, he had inherited all his property from his late aunt and uncle, and they also respected his father and grandfathers. They have been long friends, and even their properties share boundaries with each other. Now, what did he mean by that? He meant that he had his property, which was named Oxen Meadows, were sharing boundaries with the birch woods that belonged to the Chubkovs. To which Natalia was upset. He said, do you claim that Oxen Meadows is yours? He said, yes. Well, how long it has been? He said, so for as long as I know, it has been ours. So, but Natalia claimed no, Oxen Meadow was theirs, and they were the owners of the Oxen Meadow for over 300 years. Now, she even didn't like that. He said that there was a time when his aunt's grandmother leased the property out, or let a free use of the property to the laborers working for, or the peasants working for the grandfather of Chubkov. And in exchange, they promised to make her big. So they got a free use for 40 years, and they used it for so long, they ended up regarding that was their own. She said, no, both my grandfather and great-grandfather all believe that our property is extended to the burnt marshes. So it cannot be that Oxen Meadow can be yours, and arguing with you sounds stupid. Lomov then claimed to show her the document, but she was not ready to believe any documents. The property doesn't cost much, but I'm talking about fairness. The property belongs to us. Then Lomov begged her, please. Again, he told the same story. In between, Chubkov stepped in, and Chubkov asking, what are you two fighting for? To which Lomov replied that they were discussing about the Oxen Meadows. And Natalia said, Father, who does it belong to? Of course, Chubkov said, it belongs to us. Then Lomov again said, how can it be yours? He again repeated the same story of her aunt's grandmother giving it out for free use to the peasants of his grandfather. Then he again said that back then the property was in dispute, so the peasants didn't pay anything. It doesn't make the property yours. The property surely belonged to him, and he was not ready to give it away. And they started arguing over that. And Lomov then accused Chubkov of being a land grabber and a very poor neighbor. Chubkov took offense to that. Then Natalia too in between joined in the fight and kept arguing about it. So Lomov finally threatened them to go to court if they didn't believe that. So Lomov, Chubkov called Lomov a pettifogger, a trivial person who takes up false cases in court. Then it was time for each other to use abuses for each other. He said that Chubkov's grandfather was tried in court for fraud. Then Chubkov blamed them of having madness in their family. Then Lomov blamed that the mother was crippled, she was humpbacked. Then Chubkov said that Lomov's father was a grisly gambler, and so on. And Chubkov finally called him an intriguer and malicious and double-faced person. Lomov got very nervous. He started shaking. He said his leg has gone to sleep and he can't breathe, and so on and so forth, and left the room, and they let them go. And they started cursing each other when Chubkov told his daughter Natalia that Lomov was there to propose her marriage. And suddenly Natalia's entire approach changed, and she started crying and wanted her father to bring back Lomov. Again, when Lomov came back, was brought back and sat down, Natalia said, okay, I believe that land is yours. We were unnecessarily fighting over it. And then she was waiting for the man to make his proposal again. So before to make Lomov easy, she started having a little conversation and wanted to know when he was going to start shooting or go for hunting again. So he said he was go to a place named Blacklock after the harvest, but he had a problem that his dog had become lame, disabled from one leg. The name of the dog was Guess, and he said it was a very good dog and I paid 125 rubles for that dog. To which Natalia said, why have you paid so much money for that dog? Your dog is not very good. My father just paid 85 rubles for our dog Squeezer. And they had an argument, began an argument about who was better, Squeezer or Natalia's Chapkov's dog. Sorry, Guess, Lomov's dog Guess and Chapkov's dog Squeezer. They started finding fault in each other's dog. He said, your dog is old and not very good at hunting. While he said that your dog is faulty, it has improper jaws and can't do it. Then Natalia claimed that they didn't know the pedigree of Guess while her dog Squeezer was thoroughbred, and they became arguing over it. And suddenly Lomov, in between the argument, father joined in, and Lomov started signs of being ill, and Natalia thought she was dead. But then the Shabukov came in, saved the situation. He became very scared that Lomov was dead, but Lomov suddenly moved and asked for water. Chapkov at that moment put Lomov's hand in Natalia's and said, you should accept each other's proposal. But as it was going on, Lomov started coming to his senses. He again started the same claim that his dog was better compared to one owned by Chapkov. While Chapkov was no longer interested in this argument, and he wanted Lomov to just propose to his daughter. So he said, bring champagne, we start, and started closing topic. But the argument between Lomov and Natalia didn't stop. So this is the entire story of that play, and we will catch up later in our next video. Till then, goodbye.